Are you curious about the impact of artificial intelligence on our lives? And what are the thoughts of Tesla's CEO Elon Musk on artificial intelligence? Join me as we uncover its transformative potential. From self-driving cars to voice assistants, artificial intelligence has revolutionized the way we interact with technology. Join me on this journey as we unravel the mysteries and possibilities of artificial intelligence. Speaking at the Wall Street Journal's CEO Summit, Musk said, "There is a risk that advanced AI either eliminates or constrains humanity's growth." When asked to elaborate on that comment later in the interview, Musk said he was concerned about an unbenign scenario related to the hyper-advancement of AI. Elon Musk predicts that AI-backed ChatGPT will end homework. Colleges are already worried. Reacting to a Twitter post, Elon Musk says that in the new world, one can bid goodbye to homework soon. Hear what Elon Musk had to say when asked if he's afraid of artificial intelligence.
Well, I think my sort of full position would require quite a long explanation. I am concerned about certain directions that AI could take that would be not good for the future. I think it'd be fair to say that not all AI futures are benign. Not all.
Okay.
And so if you have something, if we create some digital superintelligence that exceeds us in every way by a lot, it's very important that that be benign. And so actually with a few others, I created OpenAI, which is an AI. It's a non-profit actually. There's no. I think the governance structure here is important. So you want to make sure that there was not some fiduciary duty to generate, profit off of the AI technology that's developed. So we created this 501c3, but I think it's quite different from. A lot of sort of 501c3s are, they don't have a high sense of urgency. They're not like, they're not really sort of developing technology at a fast pace, but OpenAI is. So OpenAI has a very high sense of urgency, and I think that the people that have joined are really, really amazing. And the intent with OpenAI is to democratize AI power. There's a quote that I love from Lord Acton. He was the guy that came up with power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, which is that freedom consists of the distribution of power and despotism in its concentration. And so I think it's important, if we have this incredible power of AI, that it not be concentrated in the hands of a few and potentially lead to a world that we don't want.
And what world is that? What do you foresee that when you see it?
It's difficult. It's called the singularity because it's difficult to predict exactly what future that might be. Except I don't know a lot of people who love the idea of living under a despot. I don't think people generally choose to live in a democracy over a dictatorship.
And the despot would be the computer?
Or the people controlling the computer.
And do you worry specifically about any of these companies I mentioned, who've all seemed to now kind of be pivoting toward this as the battleground in the next 10 years?
I won't name a name, but there is only one.
There's only one you're worried about. And they're not preoccupied with making a car that will compete with you, I assume.
There's only one.
And this is an interesting...
It's not about competing. This is sort of like what would be the point of competing for, mutual destruction? It's not about competing. It's really just about trying to increase the probability that the future will be good. That's all. So the goal of OpenAI is really just to take the set of actions that are most likely to improve the positive futures. If you can think of the future as a set of probability streams that branch out and then converge, collapse down to a particular event, and then branch out again. And there's a certain set of probabilities associated with the future being positive and different flavors of that. And at OpenAI, we want to try to do whatever we can to to increase the probability of the good futures happening.
In a recent interview on CNBC, Elon Musk, Tesla founder and billionaire entrepreneur, said he invested $50 million into OpenAI and is ultimately the reason that the company exists.
The reason I am the reason OpenAI exists.
How much money did you get?
I'm not sure the exact number, but it's some number on the order of $50 million. Man, fate loves irony, next level. So I used to be close friends with Larry Page, and I would stay at his house, and we'd have these conversations long into the evening about AI, and I would be constantly urging him to be careful about the danger of AI, he was really not concerned about the danger of AI and was quite cavalier about it. And at the time, Google, especially after their acquisition of DeepMind, had 3/4 of the world's AI talent. They had obviously a lot of computers and a lot of money. So it was a unipolar world for AI. And you've got a unipolar world, but the person who controls that does not, or at least did not seem to be concerned about AI safety. That sounded like a real problem. So, and then the final straw was Larry calling me a speciesist for being pro-human consciousness instead of machine consciousness. And I'm like, well, yes, I guess I am. I am a speciesist,
So you helped to the creation of OpenAI. You put in as much as $50 million.
More than helped. It wouldn't exist without me.
It wouldn't exist without you. So
I came up with a name. The name OpenAI refers to open source. So the intent was, so what was the opposite? What's the opposite of Google? Would be an open source nonprofit, because Google is closed source for profit. And that profit motivation can be potentially dangerous.